God bless you. I hope this broadcast, this video finds you safe and in the peace of God. The third seal brings us to the black horse of famine, who is the natural result of civil unrest and civil war. Revelation 6:5-6 says, "And he broke the third seal. I heard the third living creature say, 'Come.' And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard something like a voice in the center of the four living creatures saying, 'A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, but do not damage the oil and wine.'" This is an economic statement about the results of war, about the results of inflation, that really should shock you. It is phrased in economic terminology that has very much to do with a specific time in history. It has to it things that have to be decoded. The wealthy will still have their luxuries, which is what the oil and wine is about. But there will be, the rest of things will be depleted at high prices. There will be global famine and food rationing. Not hard to imagine after nation succumbing to civil war. Carefully, we had a civil war in this country approximately 150 years ago, and it was necessary. God hates slavery. The slavery that was being practiced in the American South was an abomination to God. But they had built an economy upon slavery labor, meaning that for 100 years there was still economic depression or recession in the American South because we, in order to take slavery out, we had to destroy their economy. We had to absolutely destroy it. I met a man once in a medical waiting room who said he'd had cancer in his heart. And in order to remove it, I believe he said chemo, but we're talking about something inside his body. They had to burn out the majority of his heart, destroy it, leaving the healthy part, but when he was done with the heart cancer, he had the minority of a heart left, physically speaking. Now he was happy to be alive and a cheerful person who was a blessing to talk to. But to remove the scourge of slavery in the United States of America, we had to cut out the heart of the South economically. And there is a wound in this country that will not be healed until Jesus comes back. Both the wound of what slavery did to our country, but the wound of what the Civil War did to destroy the economy and the dignity of the people of the South, if that makes sense. So, in a similar fashion, the great civil wars that are coming will also cause massive economic distress and bring about this particular thing. A denarius is equivalent to a day's wages, and what it'll buy you is 1 meal. So think to yourself, most of us get paid every 2 weeks or every month. Few of us get paid on a daily basis. But imagine if it would cost you a day's wages to get 1 meal. And that's assuming you have a full-time job, and assuming you're making a normal amount of money, whatever that is. A day's wages will get you 1 meal. Now think about this if you are supporting a family. you have very interesting crises upon you, because a strong man might learn to live on one meal a day. But let's say you have a spouse you are supporting, and you cut it in half. Let's say you have children you are supporting. How far can you slice it? And does that necessitate that children will die? Or that otherwise upstanding fathers will be tempted to steal or to commit crimes to feed their family? All of these things seem very reasonable as corollaries of famine. The outcome of this black horse. Rather, of this previous red horse, is a world of inflation, a world of broken economies and starvation. Brothers and sisters, let us be wise, let us be dependent upon God, let us not cause the frustrations of this world that are going to become far worse to bring us to sin. In Jesus' name, if I have blessed you, please like and subscribe. In Jesus' name.